Hello, 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 people. I'm Britt Riley, and this is another Friday reading sprint. So, if you are new to the channel, because I do have several new subscribers, thank you. Welcome to the Land O Literates. If you were just not Googling, YouTube searching for Friyay sprints, well, you probably didn't say Friyay sprints of any kind, and you found me. Hello. My name is Britt. This is Britt Riley, my channel. It's a book and author tube where I talk about the intersections of literature and culture. I do writerly content like monthly writing vlogs where I talk about my journey into traditional publishing as an early career Black unagented writer. I talk about bookish content. I do reading vlogs. I do book discussions, a couple of bookish collaborations, one with my critique partner, Shay with the Hobbies. Check out her channel, and another with Shay and Bree from Locked Booktition. That's a booktube channel. So I'm around, and I also do original content like poetry. And I just shared one reflections on DV Pit 2021. I shared that last week, October 26th is when I shared that. So watch whatever you want to watch, give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you don't like it. It's all video interaction. I don't care. Comment, say hey, I'll say hey back. If you feel like you really like the vibe over here, you go ahead and smash that big red button and we can be internet friends. Y'all, I have a community tab now. I literally, hello, did a ring just fly off of me? It did. I just got a community tab. It's very new. Shay actually told me this shirt is fitting me really weirdly. I haven't worn it in a while. And it's the shoulders that are fitting really weird. And I don't know what to do. So if you see me fiddling, it's because I'm like, you're just hanging weird, bro. Like, I don't even, is it bad? Is it for, like, what's the issue? Does anyone else's clothes do this? Do they just like all of a sudden stop doing what they said they were going to do? Okay. Anyway, so I have a community tab. I did not know that. Shay told me that I might be getting one, but she told me when I didn't yet have 500 that like YouTube said that they were going to start, like that they were going to extend community tabs to people that did not yet have 1,000, but I did not yet have 500. So I was like, I don't have one. So maybe they were like, you have to be this high to ride the ride. And now I'm this high. Yay. So I just put a post in there because we're 500 strong. We got to celebrate that. But I don't know what to do. So I was like, well, let me ask them what they want to do. Because if left to my own devices, I won't do anything. That's just the truth. So there's a poll in there that says, what do y'all want to do? Do you want to do, oh, look at me. I couldn't see the comments. I'm on the wrong screen. Do y'all want to do a live Q&A, or do you want to do a giveaway of one of my favorite books of the year? I haven't decided what it's going to be yet, but it's going to be a Black fantasy, a Black YA fantasy at that, because I don't know that I've read any adult fantasy this year. No, I started the year with Wings, because I read Jemison last year, and I haven't read any of her this year, which feels like a travesty, but that's just the truth. Yeah, so it'd probably be a Black YA fantasy, either Wings of Ebony, The Gilded Ones, Blood Like Magic, Beast of Prey. I think those are the fantasies that I've like really loved this year. So it will probably be a giveaway of one of those. So which do you want? Do you want the giveaway or the live Q&A? I'm partial to the live Q&A. I don't know why I didn't just say, let's do a live Q&A, but I don't know if y'all have any questions for me, so I'm going to let y'all choose. We'll do whatever y'all want. Anyway, let's get into these comments and say hello. Also, I know it says, like, Shay's in the description, like she's on the thumbnail. She's not here right now. Maybe she's sleeping, and if she is, we really love that for her, and we're not going to wake her. But she may come later, and if she does, okay, let's get into these comments and say good morning. Good morning, Brandy. Good morning, Nicole. Hello, lovely. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. We are officially this tall. Okay. Hey, Tia, good morning. All right. We're going to let people, Floor, good morning. We're going to let people trickle in. We're going to do our first sprint about 10:10. So in the meantime, if you don't have any water, grab you some hydration. If you're on your way to work, click it or tick it. If you're at work, be as kind to others as you were able. And as what's her name? As Tabitha Brown would say, have a good day. But if you can't, don't you dare ruin nobody else's. Because it's Friday. So let's be happy. All right. So I have my water and I'll take a sip in a second. But for now, let's do a little bit of stretching. I feel like we've been forgetting to stretch. And by we, I really mean, if you were watching my channel last month, you know that Friyay sprints were taken over by Tig the Kid, my pet tiger, and a squad of goons from Shay's channel. It's ironic that a feline would not have y'all stretching, but that's just what I saw. So I'm back. Let's do a little bit of stretching to like loosen up our bodies. Okay. So let's just do that. Just shoulders. Let's sort of backstroke with your shoulders. Really just feel, are your shoulders tight this morning? Is this hurting you? Does this feel good? Do you need to do it some more? Just do a little front stroke with it. Just look over your left shoulder. You don't have to push, just sort of guide your chin to be right on top of that shoulder and just look to your left. Take a deep breath in. Looking back, forward, then you look over your right shoulder. Not over as into the back wall, just over as in you're putting your chin directly on top of your shoulder. You don't have to push, you just want to guide it and let it be there. Stretch your neck, you should feel it on this side. If you don't feel it, you can like hold your left hand out to the side, and that will help feel a little bit of a stretch. And take a deep breath in. And all righty. And we'll do a little bit more as we go. Y'all know this. Yes, protein shake. Have your monster. Yes, I actually, I don't watch YouTube a lot. I really don't. Like, I think I used to. I don't know what's going on in this season of my life. I'm not actually watching YouTube a lot. It's really all I can do to watch YouTube to support the people that I'm actually subscribed to, like the booktubers and the author tubers. It's really all I can do to watch them. I'm not really watching many other people do hydrate. Nicole, also drink some water. Because I'm on to you. But yeah, I really I didn't really become aware of Tabitha Brown, although I do love her energy, until she called Wendy Williams in so prayerfully. I'm sorry. You hate to become aware of people because of drama. But that's the truth. I just wasn't aware of her until one of my church sisters was like, "Did you see this?" And I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna ask you at the end of next sprint. We're gonna start off with a 20." Until she was like, "Did you see this?" And I was like, "Did I see what?" And as soon as she said Wendy Williams, I was like, "I'm sure that I didn't." And then I saw it and I was like, "Yo, listen, children of the King just act different when you come for them, as well we should." Wow, she said the pain you must be in. That's how I first became aware of her. And then as I watched the video where she actually like talked about her husband going back to work, and I was like, oh, that's really just her energy. She's really just kept it consistent. I love that for her. All right, it's 10:10. We're gonna start with a 20-minute reading sprint. I am reading The Taking of Jake Livingston by Ryan Douglas. PID, as in Jury would say, and Jury from Onyx Pages, definitely check out her channel. I put it down because I was like, I can't deal right now with this bad parent. I'm really not in it. And then there was like talk about content warning, trigger warning, school shooting, and I was like, absolutely not right now. But y'all did vote on me and Shay to read this, and because we on project, I'm trying to see something, and so y'all voted on us to read this. I need to read it by the end of the year so I can participate in that conversation with Shay. Y'all want to miss that 12th writerly conversation. So I'm like, well, let me go ahead and read it. But the audio was just really hard for me. The voice acting was good, but it was just making it all more visceral. So I'm just going to read it. And also, I can probably read this faster than the audiobook. So that's what I'm going to start reading. I'm going to go ahead and start over because I put it down really early. So I'm just going to start over because I also, even as I was listening to it, I was sort of like shrinking away from it because I was like, this is really difficult. So I'm just going to start over from the beginning, and we will see if we can and make it through the book. But if I just absolutely can't, I know Shay would just be like, all right, well, I read it, so I'll talk about it. It's not a big thing. All right. Reading Bridget's Bane by Ruby Dixon. That sounds almost like werewolfy. Tabitha Brown, yeah, I really love her energy. Have a good day, but if you can't, don't you dare ruin nobody else's. I'm like, I like that. Okay, yeah, heavy for Jake Livingston. I'm going to continue Forgotten in Death by J.D. Robb. All right, y'all. Well, we have our marching orders. Let's go ahead and get to it. And 3, 2, 1. Y'all turn them pages. All right, people, that's our first timer. I don't know what I did with my Black Away-a-thon bookmark, but I'm really upset. And I know that it's somewhere in a book holding a place. What I don't believe is that I'm even reading whatever book that bookmark is in right now. So it's just disappointing. Because the truth is, I probably did that because I honestly haven't read a physical book for like this in a minute. My physical books are usually for school. But I finally have a physical book because I rediscovered the library. And I'm like, and now I'm with a spare piece of paper. Come on now. It really shouldn't be this hard to have what you need. But here we are. Anyway, that's the sprint. How did y'all do? Shay has joined us. We're so happy to see her this Friday. Shay, how did you do? And if you want to do your intro, you can. And if you're like, they know me, then that's fine too. I'm going to apply cuticle oil.
Good morning, everybody. I'm KaShay. My channel is Shay with the Hobbies. I write short stories, poetry, and the occasional blog post. It is cold here in Oklahoma right now, so your girl, y'all probably only see me in hoodies and sweaters from here on out. So, I am trying to finish up the Ancient Nine. There will be a live show coming up this month for the group reads for Black Away-a-thon, and that's the book, the group read that I'm reading. So that's what I was working on.
Okay. Yes, Deidre, cuticle oil. It's important. If y'all have noticed, I've been wearing a lot of like nails lately. These are my autumnal nails. They're green with like orange glitter. It's a little whimsical. You can't really see it that well, but it's there. It's a nice color. And my jeans today match the green. I'm just saying.
Do whimsical and autumnal go together?
Yeah. What do you
Okay.
mean? They can. Like, it doesn't have to be whimsical just because it's autumnal, but I'm talking about the way the glitter is patterned, where like it's dense at the bottom and then some of it sort of like drifts up.
Oh, okay. It must be something we like gotta see in person.
Yeah, I'm like, you can't really see it. You can only see where it's denser. You can't really see where it like floats up because it's not as dense. But I can see it and I like it. Okay, let's see where we left off. Okay, so the question for this sprint is, what are your November reading plans? Nicole said, I'm just hoping to get through my book club and readathon books this month. Nano is taking up most of my time. Yeah, are any of y'all doing Nano? I know Shay is. I am not even as a rebel, because I'm just like, it's a great community. I'm okay. Like, I have a lot of things I'm managing this month, and community is great, but you got to be in the right position to receive anything. And I'm not right now. I am writing. I'm always writing, but I'm not about to do Nano this year in any way, shape, or form. But you should watch the video that Shay and I made on Nano. First, the October prep video, which if you haven't done by now, you're a little late. And the toxic side of writing video that aired on Shay's channel yesterday. Definitely go check it out. We are not talking about Nano being toxic. We're just talking about the way we talk about writing productivity sometimes being more harmful than helpful. So that's a really good video to watch before going into Nano as well, because yes, you want to prepare your story, but you also want to prepare your mind to go into that sort of intense productivity stage. But good luck on Nano. Good morning to Shay. Floor said for November, I want to read My Heart's a Chainsaw, Trail of Lightning, finish some started books, and start some old school romance. Ooh, old school romance. Okay. Good day, all from England. Right? Yeah, England. Skin of the Sea by Natasha Bowen is my third book of the month. Wow, and it's only the 5th. You're in it. Been here was on a different tab. My volume was low. Good morning. That has happened to me before, and I've been like, "Oh wow, the live it started. Oh my gosh, I thought they were running late. I forgot that I had muted the situation." Okay. We are also glad that Shay joined us. Brandy is currently reading Skin of the Secret of Tasha Bowen. I've only heard good things. I've only heard good things. Yeah, the skin is beautiful. The book cover is beautiful. Yes, Deidre. I've been wearing. That's what I was saying. I've been wearing a lot of like press-ons because one of my friends from church is she just likes designing them as a hobby, and I've been really encouraging her to start her own nail business, and she's working on it. I'm so excited. And in the meantime, I'm just patronizing the heck out of her. So like, she makes me 2 styles a month. I pay her a subscription to her not yet formed but soon coming, we're speaking it, nail company. And that's why I've been rocking so many nails, but I want to make sure that my cuticles stay moisturized and healthy. So I've just been rocking out with the cuticle oil. I don't know what you want from me. Autumnal, it's a beautiful word. We're not even going to go back into it. Are we sure about those colors? Nicole, this is why every single host that's been on screen with you has always said they can't auto click your comments. And I don't know why I forgot that we have to read first. We're moving on.
For
Yes.
the record, I don't be commenting because she be saying freaky stuff. I totally would have clicked on that comment.
I know that you would have. And you would have left it out, but I am moving on. Link me to the plug. Yes, I definitely will. So I don't know if you heard me say I got a community tab. And so my first live post was, y'all tell me what you want to do for us reaching 500 literates. Do you want to do a live Q&A or do you want to do a giveaway? And the giveaway was gonna be a book and still can be, but definitely down to give away a design by my friend. I had talked to her about it and she was like, "Oh, that would be super cool." So depending on who wins the giveaway, if they want some nails, that can be arranged. But I will link you once she gets more up and comfortable, or maybe I'll just link you anyway. I'll text you. Yeah, Nicole, I'm just not. Yeah, I forgot to screen your comments, but I won't anymore. This is what happens when I forget. My gosh. Okay, question number 2. Do you have any anticipated reads of November? We're going to do at 30. Shay, are you reading?
Yeah, the Ancient Nine.
You said that.
Yep.
Okay. Right.
But yeah, so her name is Night. I've seen Yasmin Ango like speak about her book twice in the last month, and so it was Amazon's first reads last month, and she's a crime writer, a color author. It's her debut, so I want to read it. And it also sounds her character's personality from the way she describes her sounds very similar to my protagonist in Best Served Cold. So I'm like super excited to kind of like do that, especially because like her character is an assassin and mine's a serial killer. So like, similarities are there.
Yeah, I'm on chapter like 5 or so. I think you would really like it.
And she does a good job to say that like she tries to break it up to where you're like going back from like the trauma to like action because there is.
I just was saying that. She does a really good job of that because that will take me out of the book real quick.
She was like, she put sugar and content warnings in it and everything. So
she
like,
did. I was like, automatically.
I was in the live, like in the comments, like, we love a author that puts trigger warnings. We love it. Like, just
responsible. Yeah. Thank you.
Super excited.
Because I was really starting to wonder if that just was not a thing anymore. I was like, is it me? Am I the drama? But I'm not. That's just how it works. Then when people don't do things en masse, and then you start feeling crazy. Dejana, hello. You did. very false sense of security, but I'm gonna have to stay on my toes with you. Now I know that I can't trust the lag. Mayama Israel. Let me know if I pronounced that completely incorrectly. Good morning, all. I'm reading Braiding Sweetgrass and the Confessions of Franny Langston. Oh, those are some heavy books. Well, what? Y'all really will just not let me have a moment's peace. Well, what? Like, we're going into our sprint. All I was saying is I think you will really like Her Name is Night, and she does do a really great job. I don't know if I was saying it in a live or just talking to someone where I was like, because her childhood is traumatic, but those chapters are short. They're like probably not even 10 pages. So it's like it's just really easy. It's like, okay, I'm gonna get through this, and then you move on. Thank you. Whatever you were gonna say, screen yourself. All right, y'all, let's get into a 30-minute sprint. Hydrate yourselves, and let's get into it. In 3, 2, 1. Y'all turn them pages. All right, y'all. That was our first 30. We're going to do one more 30 and then close with the other 15 or 20. It depends on how much time we have, like what time it is at the time that we do that. So how did y'all do during this sprint? Sorry, I'm just trying to back up and go back to the 30. Okay. Yeah, there are no chapters in Jake Livingston, but I'm on page 29. I feel like I'm reading this slowly. I don't know. I feel like the language is slowing me down a little bit. Sometimes the way he describes things, I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I understand what he's saying. I'm like, I wonder at this word choice, which is an upside because I rarely do that with audiobooks. I'm just into the performance. I'm just going with the story and it's whatever. But when I'm looking at something, I pay more attention for better and for worse, not for better and for worse. I just pay more attention to everything about the construction of the story, and I'm just like, and sometimes I can go faster, and sometimes it slows me down. But I'm just gonna start reading it faster because I can already tell that I'm not really gonna. It's probably going to be a 3-star read for me because I don't think there's anything wrong with the book, but I do not like being in Sawyer's head. And I don't know. I feel like every character in this book not is the same, but so far I'm on page 29, so take that into consideration. But they're just like here. Like their energy is just here. They're just like, I hate it here. This is difficult. I don't really speak. Like they're giving that energy, and it's a little depressing, and that's not where I am right now. So I'm like, maybe I'll put this down during the next sprint. I don't know. But both, I mean, Sawyer, obviously, I just don't like being in his head, full stop. But Jake, I don't know. I don't know. His energy is just like at a solid 3, like as a rule. And I'm just like, all right, I understand the reason. Seeing dead things. Yeah, I understand that. That's 3-level energy. But it's just hard to be in that space all the time. That's just me. Shay, had that sprint go for you?
I feel like Jake did feel the same way about you, so I feel like it makes sense.
That I'm at a 3?
No, that you're at like a 10, and that's a lot.
Oh,
like I feel
so
like
he'd say the opposite.
Like he would feel like about you, like you feel about him. Like I don't understand. Like why is this a thing? Like I was like, Jake seems to make sense to me. Like his actions make sense for what's going on, and it
No,
probably
they do. I'm just like, I'm not into it.
Right, and he'd be like, why? Like you were extra at all times.
Which is not true.
Okay, so
your face did not just do that.
What did my face do? I'm sorry. What happened?
It was like your eyes got big, but only momentarily. Like,
oh, like a split second type thing.
Yes.
I don't have control over that. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
No, I mean, you could put up a poll and ask if you.
I will not.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm just saying, if you want conclusive evidence, there's like people watching.
That's why you can't have too many STEM friends around you.
I'm just saying we could.
No.
We could form a mild study. So I read some more. It is a slow reading day for me too. I think it's like the weather and then how I'm feeling and everything else. It's just
what's the weather?
It's a lot.
My blinds are closed.
Yeah, no, it's like I said, it's super cold here. It's like rainy and like dismal here. And then, health wise, it's already one of those weeks that's like, come on now. Did I have to be born a girl? So there. But I'm still liking the story. Like I said, I do think it definitely went down from a 5-star read to a 4-star read already. And it's not like it could go back up, but I don't see it going back up. I see it like staying at a 4. I hope it doesn't go down to a 3. And the only reason is I would hate for every book that was on my TBR to have been all 3-star reads. Now, it wasn't all 3-star reads for that month, but
Right.
I would just hate for like everyone that I chose to be 3-star reads. But also, it brings me back to the fact that as a writer, like some of these synopses sound way too good for the actual books we've been getting. And that's my
Wow. I don't know. That sounds like a writerly conversation that we need to put in the queue. Because these synopses be catfishing. Do you hear me?
like I didn't pick any books I didn't think I wouldn't just love. Like I thought I was going to love all of them. And they weren't bad. They weren't bad. Like they were all 3-star. And for me, a 3-star read is not bad. A
Right.
3-star read for me is not bad. If I give you less than 3, you are bad. 3 for me, baseline is at least average. Like you're at least like, okay, you have the capabilities of writing. You could get to the beginning, a middle, and an end. I might have laughed. I might have felt things. And I do feel like if you make me feel things like as with the character, not like just hate, because if you just make me feel hate, then we get white smoke. So if you just make me, if you make me feel things with the characters and stuff, like you did your job. You did your job. I'm sorry. Tiffany D. Like if I didn't hate her before this week.
Her books.
Maybe. So here's the thing. Here's me being honest. At this point, you've created a pattern of how you write. So I've read all 4.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like I dislike.
She got another one coming. That sounds like it's horrific. It's something about blood or something. The weight of blood.
I don't know. I'm not reading it.
We know that.
I'm done. But like, no. After the week I had, White Smoke deserves to be burnt. That's just how I feel.
The week you have right now, or the week you were having when you read White Smoke?
The week I'm having right now.
Okay, so if you had a physical copy, it'd be kindling right now.
Man,
they're keeping you warm.
I would have done a whole live. I'm not even joking with you with how bad this week was. I would have done a whole live burning of the book and been like, I don't care. I don't care how you feel about burning books. I don't care. It just this week.
Not the week.
I really wish I had not been the person to be like, I don't DNF. And I wish I hadn't DNF this book, because then this week wouldn't have been as bad. But since I finished the book, it made this week of my life complete hell.
But you read White Smoke weeks ago.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Exactly. So I'm just saying, like, I especially people who are like prone to anxiety issues, I would not read it. I just would not.
I don't know that I'm going to finish taking Jake Livingston.
I would not. So I'll be honest. Taking a Jake Livingston, it isn't as bad as the book goes as it is in the beginning, in my opinion. In my opinion, like you were hit with so much about like the school shooting and about like the violence and everything at the beginning that I was like, bruh, I don't know how I'm gonna make it through this. But like it like the story for everybody like gets better, the characters get stronger. Well, not the boy obviously, but like
Sawyer or Jake?
Sawyer.
Okay.
Right. So like but I feel like I honestly felt like it got better. It was not nowhere near as intense.
When does that break even?
The middle for me.
That's a long time.
I feel like there's like that one like twist at the end that's like kind of like hard and traumatic. It's not at the end, it's like towards the end. But like, I mean, with Sawyer's story, you saw it coming anyway. So it's like it doesn't surprise you.
Okay. Well,
I'm just saying it's not as bad for like somebody with anxiety issues. I am saying like it is like a harder book, of course, right? Once you know about Sawyer, it's a super hard book. Like, it wouldn't be as hard if Sawyer's character didn't exist.
Truly, because if it, I'd be into it if not.
Right, because
necromancy is interesting.
You said what?
This take on necromancy is interesting, where it's not just seeing like dead people, but like dead things, past things, like old baseballs and failed tests. Like that's interesting.
Right.
But then Sawyer and it just makes that's what I'm saying, I guess. Like with Jake being just like a more cool, like subdued character, and then Sawyer being an extreme negative, I'm just like, y'all are bumming me the freak out. I understand why Jake is like, that's just who he is, and whatever. I understand it's stressful being a necromancer, whatever. It's just like, in the context of this book, it's bumming me out. So yeah, I might put it down for the next sprint. Who the heck knows?
Yeah, no, I definitely think if you like, I know that you're a mood reader, so yeah, you need to have something to like swap in between it. Show them like, hey, yeah, you need to have something to swipe in between it.
Yeah, I mean, and I kind of want something like happy. Like, I have a Kata Witch, but I'm like, I don't know that a Kata Witch is happy, because fantasy is rarely happy. Like, there's adventure, there's victory, there's loss. Like, it's a full
I don't
situation.
really feel like, I don't remember feeling sad ever reading any of these cards. Like, I completely loved them and I sped through them. Like this, like, and I think it's because like everything she does makes sense. She don't do stupid stuff. She acts like
That's a big thing for you.
The right, you know me. I don't like dumb YA characters. And it seems like everybody thinks teenagers are stupid, and I just don't believe that.
Have a good coffee run, Floor. Bree in the house. I'm skipping over all you shady comments.
Wait, what was that shady about? Let me go.
I'll say
what was they shady
I'm not
about?
gonna click it
Is
because I'm
it like,
screening
are they
comments.
being shady, or you just don't want to
They're
hear
being shady.
Which one is it?
I said what I said. Bree, I'm trying to skirt the reading slump. I really am.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
I definitely am like. Bree said nothing, not at all, no plans. Maybe I do. I do need to pick up a romance, but it's not even a romance. I am finding myself heavily rereading the Amaranthine series right now, and Shay already knows this. I mean, 2 weeks ago, Shay did not even know what the Amaranthine saga was. She was like, "The Emma what? What are you saying? Can you spell it out for me?" And now she's probably like, "Yes, I recognize the name, and I wish that I didn't," because I'm just like, I sent her literally a 3-minute voice message of me literally just pacing back and forth the alley of my kitchen, just having a full book hangover episode. Like, how dare you end this book and not have the next one out for me? And that was the substance of my rant to Shay. I was like, I feel like this author is being ridiculous. I feel like you definitely should have given us a 2-pack in this book. Like, I was losing it. But like, I'm rereading that one again and again and again. So that's probably what I will, because it's just so wholesome. I love it. I really do. Like, there's no profanity, there's no on-screen sex. Like, not on screen, on page. Like, it's just very wholesome and I love it. The world building is really intricate. And I don't know, I'm just a fan of how this writer develops the story. Oh, like both in a singular book and then over the course of the entire series, because I'm finding out things in book 5 that I'm like, wait, why does that name sound familiar? And then they'll say something else, oh my gosh, from book 2. Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. Let me get my charger before we're off. But yeah, I love it. So that's my reread. And I'm gonna go to entertain yourself for 5 seconds while I get my charger.
So that was 5 seconds.
That was what?
That was 5 seconds.
Was it? Did I say 5 seconds?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I do have my charger. Completely forgot that my computer warned me that she was gonna take a hike if I didn't treat her right. Someone else is also listening to Braiding Sweetgrass. I forget who. No on page 6. No, ma'am.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, I gotta protect my mental space. We gotta keep it pure up here. We really do. I just borrowed an anti-racism book.
Oh, so you're not listening to no Alexandria House then? Is that what you said?
Not right now. I'm really not.
I feel like I saw something about a new book, the new story she got out.
I saw it too, and I was like, "Don't talk to me until you put the third one in of Romeo." I don't know. Explain to me how you have 2 books now, because that's what's coming up. The second book in this new series. 2 books now of the side clones, and you can't finish Romeo. What's hard?
Maybe the characters ain't acting right. You as a writer,
they're probably not, because the last one is like, the last one ain't acting right. The last one wasn't acting right the whole series.
I think it's funny how conveniently you be forgetting you're a writer when you be coming for other writers. I'd be like, I know, you know how this works. What you mean?
I know.
Why don't I have because book 5 came out yesterday. That's why you don't have book 6, Britt. That's why. That is why you don't have it.
It's been a whole 2 weeks. Feed me. Like, it's ridiculous. I don't know. And I was trying so hard to have forthright on social media. Could not find her.
I just want you to keep this same energy when you're published and people are like in your DMs and like tweeting you about why.
Well, I wasn't in her DMs. I couldn't find her. But yeah. I did ask Alexandria House. I was like, so Romeo, book 3.
I like how you couldn't find her. Not you weren't in her DMs because you weren't going to go in them, but because you couldn't find her. But
I wasn't going to DM her.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to at her in public. That's just me. But Alexandria House is going to be next year for the third one. But I'm just like, I feel like I understand because Bridget, I think not Bridget. What is her name?
Okay, so I just want to say, because somebody reminded me that the comps for White Smoke were Haunting a Hill House and Get Out, and it's an effing lie. Okay.
Definitely not Get Out.
And definitely not Haunting the Hill House.
I've never read that one, so I can't.
No, the TV show, not the book. But even in the book, it's still not the same.
Yeah. No. But anyway, that's my tangent. I've been reading the Amaranthine Saga. And literally, book 2 is my favorite. And I was like, why is book 2 my favorite? I've been wondering this for months. Because book 2 came out like a year ago. And I think that it's because, y'all know I love puppies. And book 2, one of the male love interests is from the dog clans. And he has a little brother named Ever. And Ever is a crosser, so like even in his like human form, he has like dog-like features, and he's so cute. I love him so much. Any book where dogs figure prominently is gonna be an automatic love. And I kid you not, I finished it yesterday. The audiobooks are amazing. I finished it yesterday. It's called Kimiko and the Accident Proposal. As soon as it finished, I was like, oh, it's over. And I hit play and it started over again. And I was like, then I was right with the world. Like, that's where I am with it right now. And I'm probably just going to keep rereading books 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the prequel until I get book number 6, which is Kimiko and the Uncharted Island. Give it here. The people are hungry. But anyway. Oh, we just jumped. Wow. We just jumped, but I think it was because StreamYard wanted me to see that you're really over here talking about me behind my back. Wow.
I almost called you out your name for the way you said that sentence. I was in the comments behind your back. Okay.
It be your own people. It really be your own people.
Okay. It was the way, like, you say you're not dramatic and like whatnot, but like the excitement in the way you described this book was just like
excitement is not drama.
It was super extra.
I really feel like I was just talking.
I know, because it's just what you do. Like the way you talk is extra. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just the thing. It's the thing that makes you you.
Well, fine. I found a local indigenous author who wrote about our town, and the MC is the only indigenous kid at the high school. Aside from the mascot, the school is 2021, still has the mascot. I'm starting to think that it being 2021 doesn't mean a darn thing. And that's just how I'm starting to feel. The book was written in the early 2000s. All right. I have the audio book reading Destroyer of Light. Y'all, I know, I understand the answer to my questions, but I'm just saying I'm operating as a reader right now. And as a reader, I say, feed me. Oh my goodness. Our reader brain, thank you, Salter. Our reader brain and our writer brain are not respectful of each other. They're just not.
I wish mine wasn't. I can't like take it out. Like that's why I can't. Like that's why for most books I don't give like really bad ratings unless I really really hated it as both a writer and a reader. Because like even with Children of Blood and Bone, like Children of Virtue and Vengeance, I hate. I think it's an awful book, but I still am gonna read the third one because I know it's a trilogy, and a trilogy is a 3-part story. We know the middle of a story is always the saggy part. Like it's the hardest part. If I wasn't a writer, I wouldn't be buying or reading the third one. I'm probably not gonna buy the third one, but I definitely still gonna read it. But wouldn't be doing that if it wasn't for the writer part of me. So I can't turn it off. I wish I could.
I mean, there are times that I can't turn it off, like with Jake Livingston. Like some of the word choices that Ryan Douglas uses, I'm just like, that was poetic. I don't know that it was appropriate. Like I don't know. I'm the voice in here. I'm just like, I don't know that I think that the narrative voice matches. That I don't know the narrative voice, which is Jake's. I'm just like I'm not really getting that this is the way that this character would talk. So I don't know, but as a writer, I'm thinking that as a reader, I don't know that I would catch it or care. Certainly because when I'm doing an audiobook, I am just a reader. I need to see something to really be able to process it deeply, and that's when I can't turn my writer brain off. When I'm just reading, I'm just like, cool, whatever. Like when I'm just like audiobooking, that's the way I can engage it only as a reader. But when I'm like, as soon as I open a book and it's writer brain on, I'm looking at everything, and it gets a little distracting for me. So there are times that I can't turn them off. But as a reader, when I'm loving a book and I'm like, where's the next one? There's no way in which I'm about to be respectful about that. Although I was respectful when I asked Alexandria how we're going to get the third one. And she said next year, and I didn't like rail at her or anything. I was just like, okay, hurry up. But she's very nice. So.
I mean, but you weren't gonna rail at her anyway. So like saying that you didn't do it isn't like an accomplishment. You were never going to. That's not you.
Exactly. So it's all good. I don't like how you don't let me have anything.
No, because it'd be different. Like if I was like, y'all, I did not go off on her. That would be an accomplishment. You saying, well, I didn't say anything. Rich, you don't ever say nothing.
I say things in situations.
Exactly.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
I agree with that.
How did we get here? We supposed to be sprinting.
I'm back to being Jake Livingston.
I feel like I don't know. Oh, that's not to me. Okay, reading books and there are characters who are, yeah. Y'all already know I DNF'd that book 10% in. I just don't have any plans to go back. I'm just not gonna do it.
Yeah. So also, I didn't have any. I didn't. Right. It's a thing. It's a thing. And it's funny because in like my new story, like that's the best friend character. She's that way with the main character. So like there's like a scene where like a dude is like talking and she's like, I don't know why you're over here trying to do this reverse psychology stuff. Like obviously you just want to talk. So could you just ask her for her number and leave so we can get back to doing what we're doing? And like yeah, and it's just kind of like that. And the main character is like, I would be surprised except for one. That's Reggie. And two, that's Reggie. Like
Right.
it's just her. It's just like I've grown to love it. So there you go.
You know, we've both grown to love or at least appreciate it. Yeah,
I also think the reason I like COBB is because I wasn't in the book community, so I did not know like anything about comps or like any of that stuff, or so like I didn't have like any notions of what it was going to be before I go into it, because I do think like when like again hearing that White Smoke is a comp for Get Out and The Haunting in Hill House, you're like, ooh, let me do that because I liked both of those things, but like
yeah.
then it's a big letdown. So
Okay. I feel like the reality is I didn't want to do another sprint because I don't want to go back to Jake Livingston, but I'm just going to allow myself not to. And we're going to try to cut a witch this sprint. So 30 minutes on the Clizock.
okay, I'm trying to think if there's any trigger warnings. I mean, there's bullying, but it's not like I mean, it's bullying. It's like, what do you expect? There's kids. So
yeah. Another thing is I don't like his school. Like I don't like reading books about kids in school. I think it's just a thing that I have had to like realize because I don't like seeing bad teachers. And I don't like seeing kids who don't get punched in the mouth. It bothers me. It really does. And I had to realize that.
You kind of got to keep reading Jake Livingston because people do get beat up, and I'm here for it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, nah, it's like a huge.
Do you write people?
Of course. Like, why would I be mentioning it if it was Jake? Like, think about that.
I'm just gonna blame the book on numbing my senses very early in the Friday, and that's why I can't keep reading it because I'm like, you're taking me out, bro, for real. For real, you're taking me all the way out. Okay, so I'm gonna try a Caught a Witch / if I'm just like not feeling readerly right now, I may work on my spec fic. Get your workout in. Yeah, I did the bills on audio. And I have the second one for free because it's included in Audible. But like,
I feel like I probably am not gonna read any more YA authors that come out of that group of YA authors that exist. Like I honestly am probably just not. Like if you're not a debut YA author or Jordan Ifoiko, then I'm probably just not gonna read you. Like honestly. Like I think that's what I'm kind of having to go to, because like I feel like they all have these like themes that I just can't get behind. And it's like I'm not trying to read stuff that's educating white people. I'm just really mad.
oh yeah. Try what, Bree? What you talking about? Of course we're gonna use your timers.
I mean, who else we gonna use? I don't know anybody else that make timers like that look like us.
Lizzo's the only other person.
Right, and that's who I was using before. And these are long.
Yeah, so I'll probably use Lizzo for like 15 and 20s, but she doesn't have 30-minute timers. I don't think that's
no, she doesn't have 10, 15, and 20. She doesn't have longer. And it doesn't. When we're reading, if it's less than 20 minutes, it's like, why even bother?
Yeah, so I'll probably use Lizzo for like warm-ups and cool-downs, but for bigger ones, that's all you.
You cornered the market like a Walmart in a cul-de-sac.
Oh my gosh.
Everybody knows who said that. Like, you'll be my friend for life. I feel like. Put
it in the chat.
I feel like I'm like, maybe 2 people know, but probably not.
Not using a timer when cooking. I'm gonna say it's the Bree timers for everything.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We here for it.
When I'm not live, her timers still be getting used.
Get that coin. All right, y'all. I've procrastinated for long enough. Let's get it.
She didn't want to read.
What'd you say?
I said, y'all see how bad she didn't want to read?
Did not. Did not. Let's get into it. And 3, 2, 1. Y'all turn them pages. Oh, right. Yeah, I did. I paused the 10-second. I don't know if y'all noticed that. I was like, wait a minute, because I have to finish this chapter. So, because I was so close. I had a page and a half left. So I was like, I can see the end of the chapter. We're all just going to pretend like 10 seconds is going to last for 60. So, started Caught a Witch, liking it way better than Jake. Especially because she says early what Akata means, and it's like a derogatory way of talking about like Black Americans or foreign born Africans. And I'm like, let's get into it. So I'm liking it so far. How do I decompress after a readathon? I don't do many readathons, but I typically will do a reread of another book that I liked a lot, like Sit With Me, the Amaranthine Saga. Exactly. From I Kid You Not, y'all, book 1, 2, 3, 4, prequel, start over again. And I may read book 2 or 3 times before going on to book 3. I don't know what to tell you. So that's how I decompress. I do a lot of rereads because that makes me feel safe. And I don't know. I love books. It takes me a while to read new books if I don't have a reason to read that new book. Like if the premise is interesting or I have a connection to the author, unless it's that, reading new books or reading new people, theoretically, I'm like, yes, of course I want to. And then when I have to like pick up the book, I'm like, are you going to break my heart? And then I'll just go reread the Amaranthine Saga. That's my truth. Shay, how about you?
That's a little rough on me. But I had to do stuff around the house. The people came, I had to put the dogs up, so it was a rough sprint. But so technically, I guess this is my first time doing readathons. I feel like started like September with like read what you got, and then went straight into Black Aweenathon, and I kind of like extended everything for myself because I don't know how people do readathons in less than a month when you have like multiple prompts. It sounds stressful, and I don't think it wise, so it's not something I'm a big fan of. But I also reread things that I liked. So like I read my favorite author. I read his one of his books again. But honestly, I don't feel like I needed to decompress really after Black Aweenathon. Black Aweenathon was a very chill experience. Um, so I don't really feel like I needed to do anything extra.
Yeah, not for Black Aweenathon specifically, just readathons in general.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is the only real readathon I've ever done. So this is like the only experience I have. It was chill. Other ones I don't ever do because they seem like they're not the time. So it seems like it would stress me out. So I don't usually do them.
Okay. All right. Margaret had to head out. Good luck preparing for company. Thank you for the well wishes. Nicole, usually by doing another readathon. I can't do it. I can't do it. Deidre said, what? Decompression? I don't know that girl. Take a break from reading. Okay, the break doesn't last long, maybe 2 or 3 days, then I'm reading again. Okay. So little hee-hoo. Finished your workout. Good for you. I did put some serious thought into walking down to the market by my house and getting some sushi, and that would be like a 10-minute walk each way. But I do have a schedule for it today, and that's not on it. I'm sorry. It was either take a walk or do singing practice, and singing practice won out because I just have not been practicing consistently enough. So I'm just not going. It's just not gonna happen. But good for you for working out. We're still on this low carb situation, and it really is helping. Like I haven't been fitting into these pants that I'm wearing in a minute, but I haven't worn them in a minute. But I put them on today and I'm wearing them. Standing up in the pants isn't a big deal, but sitting in these pants, wow. But I've been sitting in them for an hour and a half and I'm like, not me having room. Like, not like they're baggy, but like they're not squeezing me. I'm like, wow, this is pleasant. Clothes should fit like this. Wow. And also, carbs are actually just another appearance of the devil. Like, I haven't been eating carbs. It hasn't even been a full month, I don't think, that I've been like not eating carbs. And I'm just like, they've just been bloating the freak out of me. Like, really? The devil. The devil. Anyway, now I've been set free. I don't read anything for a few days. Salter reading 7 days in June. We just majorly skipped. Oh, not majorly. Okay. I'm gonna have to pick another romance from my queue until I get my sequence. Salter said, yo, the way y'all be pacing these stunts is not for me. You might get a recommendation from Now That's What I Call Black Love. I'm just saying. They could probably point you in some good directions. I've been eating candy all week and I'm trying to stop. Go get you some grapes from the market and freeze them and then just eat those. Frozen grapes keep me from eating candy. That's just me. Okay, we're gonna end with a 15. It's already 12:25. 15 or a 10. Or we could just be done now. Shay, what do you think? What? Are you laughing at me? Why?
It just was funny. I'm okay with whatever. Like I said, I'm like kind of having a hard time over here anyways physically. So like I'm fine with whatever you do. Like I can do another 15. It's whatever. I'm not tripping.
Okay, well then let's just go ahead and outro on out so you can get your heating pad and some vittles and some rest. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for hanging with us. We've done an hour and 20 minutes of reading. I'm liking Akatowicz. It's a win for me. I'm Britt. This is Britt Riderly, etc., etc. Smash that like button if you're watching on the replay and ring that bell. Ring that bell. So you don't miss a single upload or live. When Black Women Speak are gonna be on Shay's channel on Monday at 7 Central, 8 Eastern Standard Time. We are gonna be talking about misinterpreted booktube trends, language. If y'all been on our Twitter, you might have a little bit of an inkling what I mean when I say that. If you're not following our Twitter, Britt Riderly, 50SO Shay, and Locked Booktician, also at WBWS_convos. That's the best way not to miss a single dingle thing. Shay, comments, announcements, outros.
I'm gonna be everywhere this weekend. So y'all will just see me.
If you're looking for Shay, you can find her everywhere.
Yeah, I'll be co-hosting a bunch of streams, so I'll be around. I think I got another. No, I know I got another one today. Michael's birthday stream on Michael CB Chin at 2:15 Central, 3:15 Eastern. So, yeah.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much for joining us for these Friday sprints, and we will see y'all real soon. Bye.